I was recording this beginning part with my AirPods, but I just wanted to say that before I get started with this actual episode, in case you're wondering why I was recording my AirPods, because in case you're wondering why, is because the audio quality on AirPods is bad, but isn't that great. But what I mean to say, but I just want to warn you guys that the sound on this podcast there may be an echo because I had to go back to recording on my MacBook speakers. I think I might have done that on my last episode, but I'm not sure. And another thing, yeah, I did that on the last episode, but just be aware that the audio quality may not be the greatest in the world. And yeah, if you have any other audio complaints, please let me know in the comments, and I will get to them. And well, for the audio version, I don't check, but for the video version, I do check. And so, yeah.
Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the iTunes Fanboy Podcast. As always, we have Alpha from the Random Alpha here.
Hello.
We have TabbyCat406 or Milos from Tabbypears.
Yep.
And we have Ethan, Mr. Maniac, I don't know if you want me to say your last name or not, who runs from Maniac YT.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me back to the podcast.
You're welcome. You're actually one out of 3 people who will be invited.
You're actually, I think that him and APR2K are my 2 favorite guests from last year, or from last season.
Oh my
APR is actually really cool. I've been talking to him a bit off camera.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alpha, I'm sorry, even though you were a guest on Season 1. We admittedly have had a very fun time with both Ethan and Maniac White.
Yeah, I was actually not there when Alpha got on. I don't remember why. I think it was probably when I had COVID. I don't remember.
No, you were actually quite busy.
Oh.
Either that or it's just due to my crazy inability to be available at the most convenient times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. Only Alpha could only record on weekends at the time, and Tabbypears couldn't.
Oh, yeah, that's probably because, yeah, on the weekends I'm usually busy.
Alright.
That does not sound like a very good situation.
Yeah, this is not... Yeah, this is... Even nowadays, we still struggle with scheduling issues, though. Are you guys ready to talk about the iPhone 14 issues?
Actually, there's one thing I wanted to get into before we even do that. I've been so energized because I heard something absolutely hilarious on a podcast this morning. I just thought, let's get some laughs out before we talk about some news. So, any of you guys listen to the Genius Bar podcast?
No, I don't really support John Prosser.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing. I was listening to Genius Bar this morning. It was their going off on iPhone 14 episode. This was towards the beginning. And they were talking about, okay, they had just started recording like 15 minutes after they got their new Apple devices and such. They got the new iPhones. And then John goes off saying, oh, I also got AirPods Pro 2. Now, if you know all of us, or if all of us know, AirPods Pro 2 aren't coming until tomorrow, as of the day of recording. So
maybe John Prosser is so special that he gets AirPods Pro 2.
I actually have heard a couple of reports of this actually happening. I was just on Instagram 15 seconds ago, and let me read it off. This is from Tech World. I think he was on the podcast Tech Talks. How is everybody getting the AirPods Pro 2 early? Especially Brandon Butch. Apparently Brandon Butch has them. How has he had them for a week? So, apparently people are actually getting these.
Oh,
so
well, actually, it gets a little more interesting than that. He didn't get AirPods Pro 2. He accidentally ordered the regular AirPods 3.
Oh my god.
Just him and Sam were going back and forth between, oh, I got AirPods Pro 2, but they're still in the box. And it's like, dude, AirPods Pro aren't out yet. Yeah, they are. No, they are. Yeah, they are. They're what's in the box. Wait, did you order AirPods 3 again?
And what's even funnier about all this is that Alpha is having trouble with his was having a lot of trouble with his AirPods Pro 2 shipping.
I might try to pick up a pair of AirPods Pro 2. What do you guys think?
I
Yeah, I'm getting mine tomorrow. I was up early for pre-orders of those things because I desperately need a new pair.
Yeah, I was going to pre-order them, but then I realized it probably wasn't worth it, and I do kind of want to get an engraving, so I might wait a couple months. Because I do want to get my cat's name engraved on them in case I ever, I just want to have something with my cat's name on it since I used to have this tag that I put on my bag and it had my cat's name on it, and that fell apart, unfortunately.
I got the engraving on mine.
Oh, what does it say?
Yeah, it's Alpha DeWolf.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
In case you're wondering what's in the background, it is my robot litter box going.
Mm.
Alright, well, are you guys ready to talk about the iPhone 14 issues?
All right.
Yep, that's the funny thing. I just wanted to go off.
Alright, so first up, let's address Cameragate. Now, Mr. Maniac, what do you think about Cameragate?
I think it is ridiculous. Brand new iPhone already having camera issues. Actually, this issue with the stabilization, I just saw a tweet about an hour ago. I can't remember who it was from. Let me see if I can find it. Anyways, it was a tweet basically claiming iOS 16.0.2 fixes the issue, which is nice. But I think it is ridiculous. It's actually the same issue that happened on my old gold iPhone 8 after I dropped it about 30 times. But I find it ridiculous, and it's making me kind of not want to get the 14 Pro.
Okay, so I just realized they did just put an update out. I'm looking at this. So my phone didn't have the issue, right? I have not tried TikTok. I'm going to try this. How do I use this app? Please don't scratch my camera up. Please don't scratch my camera.
You can try Instagram.
Okay, yeah,
too.
so I have not had any issues on Instagram. I'm currently trying TikTok, which I don't really use that often. But I'm having no issues. I'm repeatedly flipping the camera. There's no issues. And on Instagram, I've been using this phone for about 6 days now with no issues. And, trying it again, no issues. And I've actually not really had any issues with this update or with this phone at all yet. Well, I kind of have, but we'll get into that later.
Okay, so Alright, so Alpha, what do you think about Cameragate?
Oh, so luckily from what I hear, it's not as common as what's another serious one? Because to me, the severity of this issue is probably it's not up with the Note 7, but actually, I really don't think it's a software issue. I do not think what's going on with the camera is a software issue.
It's not really a software issue.
It's got to be a hardware, like flat out hardware issue. So
yeah, people have took the phone back to Apple, and Apple's replaced the phone for free, like a brand new unit. They got like a free cable out of it. So
Wow.
yeah,
I remember a few years ago, Telosive Tech actually damaged a product Red 8 Plus. He took it back to Apple. They gave him a brand new phone just because there's a dent on the corner. So Apple is very generous with this kind of stuff.
Wow.
yes, especially when it comes to launch units, because it's bad if you end up with a broken product like that out of the box.
Yeah.
Alright,
But
you know what I think about Cameragate?
I didn't finish just yet though. But so I do know it's a hardware issue confirmed. Like software, I don't know what you can do in software. My only guess is because I'm hearing an audible sound when they played those clips of it actually freaking out. Like to me, it's nuts to see the actual sensor shaking. I think there's a circuit being shorted. It sounds like a circuit's being shorted. So hopefully, first of all, if anyone is experiencing this issue, return it to Apple immediately because something that I know about short circuits could cause much worse issues where either You can have your camera go dead, or even worse, the watch board, or hey, if it becomes even more worse than that, potential explosion. Depends on where the circuits are being shorted. But yeah, it sounds like what's going on is it's a short circuit.
Whoa.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I think the iPhone. I think Apple can fix this manufacturing issue, though.
Yeah, of course they can.
If the
It's
I do have a solution off. I do have a solution to people who don't want to start experiencing CameraGate. My solution is to just record using the default iOS camera app or take photos using that app instead of the cameras in Instagram and TikTok, because let's be honest, those camera apps are trash and they invade your privacy like crazy.
They really are.
Yeah. Like the only social apps I
I
have are YouTube and Twitter and Discord too. That's it. I don't use any others.
I absolutely hate Twitter because of what that app has done in the past. Like the community, every single person on that app that I've met, like through that app, not through YouTube or anything, has been very, very bad. Like those people get way too over their head. The people that get into Twitter communities. So
how do they get too over their head?
I don't want to talk about it on public grounds because there's a lot of people that used to want me dead a few years. I'm gonna cut that out. Yeah, I'm cutting that out. Let me just mark this. But yeah, people did not like me there. Let me just mark this so I can cut that out. All right, on to the next topic. I don't want to talk about that at all.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have a question for all of you guys. Well, assuming you have them all, why do you guys use Instagram? And from the sounds of it, I hear someone's got TikTok. Why do you guys use those apps if we all say they're all bad?
Instagram.
I don't really think it's bad. Yeah, they do take our data, but it's inevitable. I don't use TikTok. I just had it because I wanted to, support a friend on it, and I had an account from when that app was brand new, and I tried it out once, didn't like it, so I wanted to support a friend and follow him, so I downloaded it again, and I just never deleted it from the phone. So I guess I have 200 some apps. So
the only reason I have TikTok on my phone is because, and the whole reason I have an account with videos is because a little while back I was posting YouTube Shorts videos on my YouTube channel, and then all my friends do TikTok. They don't do YouTube, but they wanted me to start a TikTok, so I just said screw it. I created a TikTok. I didn't post a lot of videos, but I just inevitably ended up stopping posting on TikTok. I don't like the platform in general, and then Instagram, if you see, I haven't posted since like January 2021, so it has been quite a while.
Alright, so first of all, I do not have TikTok because the app is so toxic and it's coming from China, so I don't, which again could be used to
It is toxic.
to do some serious damage, unlike with Meta owning Instagram. So, and however, I have Instagram and I actually do use it quite often because I don't know, Instagram, I hate Instagram at the same time, but at the same time I enjoy it because I use it mainly for DMs, Instagram stories, or other stories, I should say. I do not post my own stories, and for posting photos. And I mean, Instagram does work for me since that's where I met Meowtech, and that's also where I met Tech World, or met, I guess you should say. And another thing that I wanted to get into, speaking of meta, is that even many ads are now making fun of the metaverse.
What is that?
Well, Allstate, for example, made a joke about the metaverse being bad, and then Morgan & Morgan, the law firm, this is the more stupid one. They came out with an ad where they're now claiming to help become a law firm for anything that happens and protect you against anything that happens in the metaverse. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. That is real. He can now have a real lawyer defend you for what happens in the metaverse.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
I just keep thinking, why? Why? What good is this going to do for us?
Exactly. It's the internet.
Yeah, the metaverse. Oh my gosh. The big issue with the metaverse is that a lot of people didn't like the iPhone when it first came out. However, a lot of tech critics still liked it. A lot of people didn't. A lot of tech enthusiasts didn't enjoy the first iPad when it came out, but a lot of average Joes did. However, now it's start. I don't see people on either tech enthusiasts or average people excited about the metaverse.
Neither do I.
Yeah, there was one Genius Bar episode I watched. They actually tried to do an episode in the metaverse. It's just, oh, it looks so bad. It would just look so bad. They couldn't even figure out how to control where they stood and such. It's just, it was bad. Why does this exist?
Oh.
I feel the same way. What's the point in it even existing? Real life exists for a reason.
Yes.
Oh. I've got some news, everybody.
Oh no.
The Jewish hacker is back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I kind of expected it.
He's mentioning all my cats' names, conversations, block person. How does he know all my cats' names?
Probably through your Instagram account, if I had to guess.
Because a lot of my cats' names I've very vaguely or never mentioned.
Good point, yeah. I do see your cat's names in a lot of your posts, but now that I think about it, a lot of them are repetitive.
Oh no. He mentioned my grandmother, one of my grandmother's late cats, who I've never mentioned in an Instagram post before.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. I guess I'll mention him now. He was Buster, Callie's brother.
Oh.
Though that's still creepy because I've never mentioned Buster in anywhere online. And also, he claimed that he listed Winston and Callie as two of my cats, even though Callie was my grandmother's cat and Winston is my grandmother's cat. Yeah. Alright. Do you guys want to stop talking about the Jewish hacker and start... Oh, and the email address is jacobmitchellhateclub@icloud.com.
Oh my god.
Alright, well... Now let's talk about the Apple October event, which is rumored to be on October 18th.
Alright.
I want to... Oh, shoot! I'm going to miss this one again, too! Come on!
This will be the event where the new MacBook Pros get debuted alongside the new budget iPad, the iPad X, or the iPad 10th generation. I just nickname it the iPad X. Even though I still think Apple will probably call it that, and the iPad and the iPad Pro and the new MacBook. Oh, I just got an email from SnoopDogFan2008@gmail.com.
Okay.
Again, I thought I blocked that email address. What's going on with that?
Oh my god.
And then he just said to don't cluck with me. Alright. Are you guys ready to start trolling the Jewish hacker now?
I really don't want to.
Or I'll do it. Because that's what Mr. Maniac and Tabbypears and I all did later on.
To me, he's not worth my time. He's such a horrible person, he's not worth my time.
That's perfect. I'm going to text him that. You are such a horrible person that you aren't worth our time to mess with, nor your time. Go get a real job and move out of your mother's basement. Oh no. I think they're purposely doing it because we had such a time. Because we had such a time when Mr. Maniac was last on.
It was quite fun, but it did take up most of the call.
Oh jeez. Alright, so Apple is working on Apple Watch Pro satellite connectivity.
Ooh.
Apple Watch satellite connectivity?
Yep.
Interesting.
I wonder how well that's going to work.
You know, I'm trying to think. What happens if you can't hold your wrist up?
Good point.
Because with the 14s, you have to hold your iPhone up in the air, make sure it can reach those satellites. What happens if you can't hold your wrist up?
That's actually a really good question. I mean, it's not going to call.
Alright, I'm still trolling the Jewish hacker. And he says he's going to report me for having too many cats, even though you don't even know how many cats I have, nor where I live. And he claimed to have prank called the SWAT team.
There's no way that's true.
Yeah, do you guys think it's true for that he could prank call the SWAT team?
No.
What do you think, Tabbypears? Tabbypears?
My microphone was off.
There you are.
There you are.
I was wondering why you weren't. I was trying to say what's he saying, but apparently my microphone was off.
Yeah, now we've been.
No wonder you've been so silent.
Yeah, I was kind of running through that in my head. Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
Yeah, you haven't said anything in like 7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I thought my mic was on. What's the Jewish whatever saying?
Too inappropriate for this podcast. Oh, he just told me I need to grow up.
Oh my god.
I just asked him. I'm gonna tell him that he's being inappropriate.
I'd say let's get back on topic because I would really not like to waste this whole call time doing.
The iPhone 12 mini has now appeared. The iPhone 12 mini has now appeared on Apple's refurbished store for $529.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good deal if I'm being honest.
$500+ for a 2-year-old mini phone.
Yep.
Like a refurbished one too. That's just kind of. Yeah.
Well, Apple has a funny way of refurbishing their devices because, from what I hear, they basically take out all the parts and put them. Basically, replace all the parts that can wear and put new ones all back in together to form a new phone. They have a funny definition of refurbished because it's almost brand new by my definition.
That's my definition of brand new, flat out.
I mean, I guess.
Because, I mean, new screen, new battery, new side rails. Like, I think the only thing that they don't Touch is basically the logic board, but that's typically something that doesn't wear, unless it's evidently the 14 Pro's camera bump.
I just asked the Jewish hacker who just told me he was a dog if I could please get back to my podcast. But I think that's a great deal. Oh, he just sent me another fake photo of himself. Nice try. No, that's not you.
All right, can we just block him already and actually get back on topic?
Hilcree?
I would like to get on topic.
Oh, gee. He'll probably text me again, though I'll try it. Oh, he just sent me a text insulting you, Alpha.
Don't care.
So, alright, let's go. So, the iPhone SE4 is going to be all screen.
Oh, the SE, yes! Yes! We need to get rid of that home button.
All screen.
If they actually do, that's going to be very interesting because that's something that I've been hoping to happen since like 2016.
Really? They didn't even have a full screen ultra high end iPhone back then.
I know, it's just something I've always hoped for. So I do hope it actually happens.
Are you excited, Tabbypears?
Figuring as I probably won't buy it. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but yeah.
Alright, so I've got some more news for you regarding the Dynamic Island.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
All iPhone 15s are going to have it.
Nice.
Oh, I saw that.
But they're not all going to have 120 hertz. Again.
Oh my god.
To be expected. Yeah, the funny thing, now that I've had my 13 Pro Max and my MacBook Pro, both with 120 hertz displays, it's just, now whenever I look at my XS Max, I actually see the 60 hertz, and it looks so bad. Why did it have to ruin the display of my XS Max? I miss it so much.
It's a XS Max.
I know, but it's the best iPhone they've ever made. Why did they have to regress so much?
Alpha's never used a 5 before.
I have a 5C.
The 5C is probably one of the worst.
It's one of the worst, yet I have like 10 of them.
Oh, speaking of the 5C, I forgot to tell you guys a very important iPhone 14 issue. Pre-orders for the iPhone 14 Plus are lower than they were for the iPhone 13 Mini.
That is sad.
That relate to the 5C.
Well, the iPhone 14 Plus is only $100 cheaper than the iPhone 14 Pro, and
I mean,
at least in the U.S. And the 5C was also only $100 cheaper than the iPhone 5 than the 5C was only $100 cheaper than the 5S, and yet the 5C had basically all the same internals of the iPhone 5, whereas the 5S got the upgrade, just like with the iPhone 14 Plus, where it had all the internals of the 13 Pro Max. You see where I'm going with this?
I don't understand why anybody would buy it.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to the pricing structure of it. For me, it's sad. I really want the 14 Plus to do well. But with this current pricing structure, I don't see how.
Yeah. I actually do have a theory for how the iPhone 12 and 13 mini could have succeeded.
What, people just stop being addicted to their phones?
Well, that's
wouldn't be an issue.
Well, if that were the case, then no iPhone sales would be made at all.
Penelope, yeah. I just had to.
Battery.
Penelope, stop throwing up on my bed.
Oh! That's disgusting.
Yep. And she just left. Okay, that's good. And
Yikes.
iOS 16 is now officially released.
I have actually noticed almost every iPhone that I've seen in public, like my family, friends, even my teachers, I've noticed all their phones have updated.
Huh. I haven't updated to iOS 16 and will never until I get my 14 Pro.
It's a stupid iOS update. It gives some stupid new lock screen customization, right?
Oh,
That's about
yeah.
it, and it takes reliability and stability and throws it out the window.
Oh,
I have to.
gosh. And don't tell.
Also, throw in battery health.
Huh?
Throw in battery health to that pile that's being chucked out the window.
Oh, my battery health. I've still yet to have an iPhone go below 99 or below 100%.
My iPhone 13's battery health. I think the iOS 16 beta versions were actually a lot more demanding in taking the battery health down, but mine is at 97.
Still?
Yep, somehow.
I was at 97 back in June, so I guess 3 months of, the same thing's pretty good.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm shocked.
I'm freaking out.
I think fixed.
All right. Let me see. Hold on.
Alright. Alpha just disappeared.
Yep, and I should be back. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Quick little internet hiccup.
Alright, and do you guys want to tell, are you guys ready to hear this amazing piece of Apple news?
Sure.
Apple, around maybe a month ago, and I'm just now getting to cover it, they released iOS 12.5.6.
I just noticed
What?
that 2 days ago.
Yep, 12.5.6. If your iPod Touch's 6's battery wasn't expanding, you could actually install it.
It is crazy. They're still putting out iOS 12 security updates.
They're still doing that?
I thought they quit in September. Last September.
Oh my,
I thought so too.
what? They still haven't given up on those yet. Oh my gosh. Android, you got a
And
ton
most
of
apps
work to do.
nowadays require iOS 13 or 14 or even 15 or later.
I can't believe they put out another iOS 12 version. It has literally been 4 years, Apple.
Well, considering that they even did this, that really shows how bad Android is at updates.
To be fair, old Android versions are still do get lots of app support. Like Android 5 is even still mostly supported.
I also wanna say back in 2019, the iPhone 4S got an update. iOS 9.3.6 came out in 2019.
Oh, and the 5 got 10.3.4.
Yeah.
The 5C didn't, though. You can restore it to the 10.3.4 IPSW.
I have noticed that. That's a little strange.
Which makes me awfully curious about something else. If you can restore the iPhone 5C to an iPhone 5 iOS 10.3.4 IPSW, it makes me curious if I could modify the build number to downgrade to iOS 8.4.1 OTA, or if I could even nightshade it down to iOS 6, and we could and
I know people have put it on iOS 6 before, but this makes me wonder, since the 5 and the 5C were pretty much the same thing, just the 5C was a different casing and a different camera, what if you can put the 14 Plus on iOS 15.6.1 if it was still signed? The iPhone 14 series. That would probably work.
There's a good chance it would.
Because what exactly changed from the 13 to 14? There's one change, the camera.
And the GPU.
Yeah. But, I mean...
Well, the GPU is the same from the Pros.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that it would work. If you could get it to think it's an iPhone 13 Pro Max, then easy.
Yeah.
yeah, and you could even get Cinematic Mode on the 14 Plus in ProRes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize that.
Is it bad that I want an iPhone 14 Plus just to try that?
But
No,
the
it's not.
issue is they actually stopped signing 15.6.1, so unfortunate. I wish I tried that when I got my 14 Pro, but that probably would give me some sort of back end issue and it would probably blacklist my phone or something.
Yeah.
Alright, well, now I've got some news about our favorite tech company, Samsung. Not our favorite.
Oh yeah, they put out their own version of the Dynamic Island.
Wait,
Oh.
really?
Well, Android now has its own version of the Dynamic Island.
Yeah.
That was quick.
I don't know much about it, but I've seen some pictures, and it is horrible. It's the exact same as Apple's.
Just you can always count on Android to copy everything Apple does, but of course do it in the worst way possible because we have to do what Apple does. Apple sells, so we got to do what Apple does. Let's make iPhone clone, everyone. Everyone in the factories, get to work on your iPhone clones.
Yup.
Oh, speaking of iPhones, Samsung. The new piece of news I wanted to share was how Samsung was mocking Apple's latest product announcements, and they said, why are you waiting the flip Apple or something like that?"
Oh, their foldable stuff.
What is the point in having a folding phone?
I don't know.
It just makes the phone even thicker.
It,
Because you have to put pretty much two screens together.
So people stare at you when you open your phone. Maybe that's why.
I had a Z Flip 3 or whatever, and people looked, but I mean, that's about it.
I would love to get one of the Z Flips, maybe a Z Flip 3, but you know, I don't like Samsung. I don't like Android. I don't like the operating system. So
Yeah, same. I have an S22, but I just don't use it.
I love the design of the Pixel 6a. I don't like the fact that it's using an old camera setup, but I'm considering getting one even though I don't like Android.
Yeah, the 6A. I mean, I'll probably just go for the 6 because the glass back on the 6.
Oh, the 6a doesn't have glass. You're right.
Nah, that's the issue. And even on the big camera shade bar thing, the black bar, that's plastic, but the camera lens itself is a different. It's cut out and it's glass, but it'll look so bad after a year of use.
Oh yeah, I might want to go for the Pixel 6 instead.
Why not wait for the Pixel 7, which, by the way, just leaked by Google?
Why did Google leak their That makes no sense.
They always expect when the event rolls around, we're all going to be hyped up, we're all going to be excited, we're all going to be bamboozled and surprised. Oh, what's the Pixel, next generation Pixel going to look like? We all know, and gee, I wonder why. Anybody remember the Pixel 3 hype?
Oh,
They
remember
were
the
such
Pixel 4
trolls.
hype?
The Pixel 3 hype was nuts because they basically leaked the design 3 into the 4.
Can't leak it.
It drives me nuts.
Leakers, to just kind of, I guess it's to just kind of make leakers like realize that they have no point in leaking it. But that, even that's like why.
Oh, and of course, you can't forget about about a Google employee leaving a Pixel watch in a restaurant.
Oh, that was totally done on purpose. There was no way that was accidental.
iPhone 4.
Exactly. There is no way.
It was totally intentional. There's no matter how they try to word it or whatever, it is clearly obvious that that was intentional.
They're trying to recreate 2010.
Except why would you recreate 2010 when, oh geez, Microsoft would have been rolling out their Kin phone this year. Let's see. The iPhone 14 Pro would have a 5 megapixel rear camera and a 0.3 megapixel front camera.
And Windows 7 would still be supported.
Oh man,
I miss Windows 7.
I do so much.
macOS Snow Leopard would have been we'd all be using our 2010 MacBook Pro, 2009 or 08 or 07 or 2010 MacBook Pros on Snow Leopard.
Oh, I'd hate that so much.
Use a power Elias would probably use a PowerBook if you know his history with old devices.
Oh yeah,
he would probably be using a Razer V3C.
Do you think he'd be using a PowerBook G4 aluminum or a PowerBook G4 titanium?
I think he'd be using the G3 clamshell.
Well, the G3
Oh my god.
the G3 clamshell actually was not very usable even in 2010 because it was limited to 576 megabytes of RAM.
Well, yeah, but he tried using a 2013 MacBook Air in 2022.
That's, to be fair though, it still does have at least somewhat acceptable specs, whereas the iBook clamshell really didn't back in 2010, and the G3 processor and even the G5 processor in the Power Mac G5 is so much slower than the Core 2 Duo and an 07 Mac Mini.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mac Mini, I really want Apple to make an M2 one.
Oh, me too.
I'm waiting for an M1 Pro or an M2 Pro.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up buying a Mac Studio later this year.
I'm not sure I really need a Mac Studio. My M2 MacBook Pro is going great so far.
Yeah, and
I would absolutely take advantage of all the power.
As everybody on this podcast except Alpha says, the M2 MacBook Pro is worth it, and it does deserve to exist.
I agree. I personally have a 13-inch one.
I don't. The only thing I like about the M2 MacBook Pro is the touch bar. Other than that, I just don't understand why. Like, name a use case.
It's because it has a fan, so hence it can be more powerful.
Yeah, and also it's also higher quality. There's less keyboard flex, which makes the keyboard feel less hot. Well, someone's angry outside my house, but you get less keyboard flex. The trackpad's better. The speakers are better. The battery life is longer. Pretty sure the ports are a bit faster.
It's so much better in my opinion.
Oh yes.
I think the display.
But there's no way the ports are faster
Pretty sure.
because it's the same chip and same controllers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that Quinn Nelson did some tests on that. Quinn Nelson from Snazzy Lab.
Speaking of last Thursday, I was actually watching his video on him making his garage cool in school.
Yeah.
Because my shop class teacher, who, by the way, I finished my first project of building a step stool, and I'm now building a monitor stand, which I'll use my Toshiba desktop with. But last week he told us to look up episodes of Fixer Upper to watch. Well, duh, you have to pay. So I originally started watching my room tour video until I'm like, wait a second. Snazzy Labs did a video that's sort of related to the topic of custom doing stuff, and so I'm like, I'll just watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying that, though.
I just completely forgot what we're doing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, okay, now I'm going to mention how Plex just had a data breach.
Oh, really?
Plex.
Oh dear. My grandpa's not going to be happy to hear that.
Yeah, because Plex is like a streaming service on steroids.
Yup.
I have Plex on some of my devices, but though I don't use it.
I personally have never used it. I have heard of it, but I am yet to use it.
Yeah, Plex I hear is really cool, though.
Oh yeah, it is.
For me, since their streaming service part is just blah, like it's very boring, and the only way to truly enjoy it is if you have all sorts of physical media laying around, but in case you can't tell, I don't have that, so Plex is useless for me.
Yeah, I originally thought when I was... I'm still thinking about building my own server, and I thought of using Plex to quickly just sort through all of my videos that I've made for such a long time. Yeah, I thought of potentially installing Plex to quickly play back a movie if for whatever reason YouTube's down or I don't know. But yeah, that kind of sucks.
So just beware of Plex users, beware that there was a data breach, and so your password, if somebody logs into your Plex account or any of your other online accounts, change your password or something. Alright, well now I've got some news regarding Netflix.
Oh man.
What trouble did they cause this time?
So Netflix's ad support plan is going to cost between $7 to $9 a month. Totally reasonable pricing, right?
And this is with ads?
Yep. Oh, and don't forget there's going to be no downloads or online views, and not all of Netflix's content is going to be available.
Same as
That
Hulu.
is a scam.
What's the difference from that and Hulu? You know, they're the same. So I guess, you know, if Netflix is wrong for doing it and Hulu's not wrong, then both of them are wrong technically. Right?
Hulu does that? I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, and I don't pay for the ad-free version. I just pay for the regular Hulu with ads. You know.
Oh, you have to have Hulu plus live TV to get access to all their content.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Peacock is also doing that too, so...
Sucks that now some of the streaming industry has basically started to become a ripoff like cable was.
It really is.
I'll still take streaming services over cable, but I mean, it just sucks that we're starting to experience the same problems with cable.
Yeah.
That and cable was annoying. Basically, you can't even finish a whole episode, and oh, here's an ad. Still not done with the episode. Oh, here's another ad. Just. Do you have back pain? You should take this drug we have to offer. It only comes with these sets of side effects, and please make sure to ask your doctor about taking this. And this is on basically every channel, even the kids' ones.
Did you know that the United States is one out of 2 countries where it's legal to advertise medicine? It's the only country where you can and you're legally required to, and to include the side effects in the ads.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and New Zealand is the only other country that allows medicine ads, so though you can only say what the drug is for.
Oh, I'm really glad I live in the U.S. then.
Yeah, I'll take a list of side effects to go with it, because at least you'll know. Oh, okay, don't take it. It's just another way to waste my time watching ads. Yay!
Though to be fair, with all medicine ads, I can never pick I will never pick it because of how I even saw one ad for I think Ozempic, yeah it was, and
Can't stand those ads.
And there was one delay, and there was such a big, and it felt like they were purposely stalling the ad, so that to make it seem like they were spending more time on the actual ad rather than the side effects.
It does seem like they're stalling. They show all these different scenes with this upbeat music and talking about the thing. Like, I don't care. Just tell me what it does and end.
Yeah.
Yeah, just essentially, shut up about this mumble jumble. Just tell me how miserable it'll make me feel, so that way I don't have to buy it.
Tabby Cat.
Side effects may include illness, vomiting, amnesia, nausea, death.
Death is my favorite one they include.
What do you think about medicine ads?
I mean, for people that need the medicines, if they're good, if they're quality, and if they actually are certified by doctors, then cool.
Do you think that? If they're not. However, do you think it's reasonable how come there's so many side effects that they have to advertise?
Yeah, everything's gonna have side effects.
Alright, well, now let's talk about the new Paramount Plus and Showtime bundle.
Oh.
Self-explanatory.
Yup.
Oh no. Sorry, I've got to go block the Jewish hacker again.
What's he texting from now?
Mr. Donkeyhead head2@gmail.com.
Oh my god, come up with better Gmail usernames.
Report junk, okay. We thought he was gone.
Guessed right.
Alright. And Paramount Plus is also now included with a Walmart Plus membership.
Oh, wow.
What?
What?
Walmart Plus membership.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, Walmart Plus is now offering you Paramount Plus for if you're subscribed to it.
Whatever Walmart Plus is.
Walmart Plus is Walmart's answer to Amazon Prime.
I wonder if the
That's
streaming
stupid.
service is worse because it's from Walmart.
No, it's from Paramount. Vudu is the one that's owned by Walmart.
Oh, God.
Okay, well,
Oh, jeez.
then why are they giving us Paramount, not Voodoo or whatever?
I guess it's Paramount that.
Mostly buy content and then enjoy a few free random content. Voodoo is garbage, essentially.
Well, I guess it does. It's a good thing I don't even have Walmart Plus, anyways, because why would I want to also have Paramount Plus, like to watch Beavis and Butthead or something? I keep getting those ads on Twitter. I keep getting the Beavis and Butthead ads on Twitter.
Oh, Walmart
It's
Plus.
actually a good movie. It's actually a good movie.
You've been seeing ads for what?
The Beavis and Butthead movie. Beavis and Butthead do the universe.
Oh, I know you like Beavis and Butthead, Tabby Cat.
How do you know that?
Because when I asked on Twitter what your favorite classic TV show was, you answered Beavis and Butthead.
Oh. Yeah, I've been watching that for about.
Uh-oh, I'm frozen again.
It's probably made me a bit stupider.
Alright, come on.
Yeah, I've never seen Beavis and Butthead before.
What do you think of them based on their names? There's a guy named Beavis and a guy named Butthead.
I think it's already great. Just based on the title. And it's by the same creator of King of the Hill, which I have watched and enjoyed.
I do like that show. That's actually a very good show.
It really
I have
is.
quite a few friends who enjoy that show too. Yeah, I do too. I just don't watch it very often.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on topic.
Yes.
Alright. Well, getting back on topic to Paramount Plus, which, by the way, is where you stream Beavis and Butthead. Paramount Plus is... this is signaling that Paramount Plus is struggling.
Oh.
Yeah, going through Walmart.
Yes, because...
I mean, the amount of Paramount Plus content that is easily pirated is insane. I don't do that stuff personally, but my friend actually was able to get the whole movie a few days after it came out, the whole Beavis and Butthead movie, a few days after it came out with no issues. And, you know, I'm not going to say that's what you should do. I'm just saying they need to put better DRM if they want to stop that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and Paramount Plus, the only person I even know online that has Paramount Plus is Jordan Riddles. And I don't know anybody in real life who has Paramount Plus.
I think I pay for it, so I guess you can add one more person to that.
Yeah. Yeah, but Paramount Plus, it's just... Did you know that Netflix and Hulu are the only two streaming services making profit right now?
I don't doubt it, yeah.
And Disney Plus is actually only expecting to break profit by 2024.
Really? And yet they've already had such a whole catalog of stuff from years and years ago?
Yep, it's a pair, which is signaling for Disney Plus is going to go bankrupt.
They likely will.
Because, I mean, they're so desperate now that they even moved Dancing with the Stars from ABC to Disney Plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's taking desperate to another level.
Yeah, Disney Plus is not... It's unfortunately not doing too hot.
Well, it doesn't help that they're now spitting out more movies with political agendas in them.
Oh, yes. Let's stop talking about that and... Oh, yeah. What the... Okay, I got a text from Mr. Donkeyhead3 at gmail.com, and he claims he's the tallest man in the universe. He's 4'9".
Oh, how great. That's literally how tall one of my classmates are.
One of my classmates is also 4'9".
Actually, I think he's 4'8". God, that kid's short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the tallest kid in my class.
Oh, nice. I think I come in second.
How tall are you, Mr. Maniac?
I am 5'7".
Yeah, you wouldn't.
How tall are you?
Finally, someone who's actually shorter than me. 5'8". I am short.
How tall are you, Tabbypears?
Between 5'10" and 6 foot, probably I think I'm more close to 6 foot now.
You're actually not too far behind for me.
What are you, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4"?
6'2".
To me, that's nuts.
Yeah. Though at my school, though, Mr. Maniac, even if he was in even though he's in 7th grade, he still would not be even close to second, because the other guys in my class that are getting pretty close are like 6 foot nothing, maybe 6'1", 5'11".
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're at my school. It's you. The boys are either really short or really tall.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is here. You're not really in between. You're either 4 foot tall or you're 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
My school, there are no extremely tall people or extremely short people, other than that one kid in my class.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's all just middle ground, all between. It's right in the middle of tall and short.
And
in my opinion.
And ironically, I was taller than most of the staff at school when I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
Whoa.
Most of them were women, to be fair.
Up until about 2 years ago, up until early 2020, I was very short.
Same for me. I got much taller during 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've just sort of grown up gradually.
Yeah.
Or not sort of, I have. And oh yeah, if you want to quote unquote pirate the Thursday night football game, which is actually about to start as of recording this, they are streaming it for free on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
Amazon is officially doing that.
Wow.
I'd say let's probably get back on topic so we don't influence anything that could get us in trouble, like pirating.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Good idea.
I was just making a joke. Alright, well, there is an Amazon Basics antitrust lawsuit.
Oh,
Amazon Basics. I actually have a couple Amazon Basics products. I have
Yep.
an HDMI cable.
Amazon.
I literally have an Amazon Basics iPhone 4 charger sitting right next to me.
I never order Amazon Basics. I have too many pro things that I can't do basic. I have to go pro.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Amazon Basics cable is actually better than this other cable, and I didn't need anything pro. It's just going from my receiver to my TV, and I needed something that was really long, so I got a 10, maybe 15-foot cable to actually bury in my wall, because I have it going down my wall and to my receiver. Yeah. But how is it antitrust?
So, Amazon has been caught for reportedly using the data of customer sales to make Amazon Basics products rank higher in sales. And because, the antitrust lawsuit was the same issue with Apple not allowing sideloading, of course, the U.S. government has gotten involved.
Yep. That's actually been a couple months since that started.
Yeah.
But technically, as of right now, sideloading is the law.
Yeah, I'm sure Apple's going to defend it, though. They're going to have to if they're going to keep users safe.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't want sideloading.
Neither do I. I want sideloading in 10 years for when iOS 16 is 10 years old, so that way I can install apps on it, though. I don't want sideloading now.
I'm honestly really glad that sideloading exists for most of my older devices.
Me too. Alright.
It doesn't really matter to me. I use new devices most of the time, and old devices, it's like why even bother with that stuff anymore unless it's collectability?
Same. I just use it for collectability.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like Alpha would really agree with what I just said.
Oh yeah, he would. And Elias would. Actually,
Elias would definitely not.
Elias might actually disagree with us on this one, because, I mean, it's not like he carries... Let's see, the iBook clamshell was let's see, 11 years old back in 2010, and obviously he doesn't use an iPhone 4S now. He just uses in fact, he downgraded from the 14 Pro to the 11 Pro Max because he was having so many issues with his 14 Pro.
Oh, wow.
Makes no sense to me, but, if you have, his issues related to battery life and focus distance on the camera, okay, use low power mode and macro lens and you're just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's not really the typical Apple experience. The typical Apple experience is it just works.
I get that.
It just works.
If you know Tabbypears, though, you very well know that's not the case.
He must do something different with his devices. I don't know what he's doing.
I probably screw all my stuff up. I don't know. Maybe it's my backup. That could very well be it. What do you guys think? My backup that's like a year and a half old?
Maybe.
I don't know. Whatever it is, my 14 Pro is working fine, so I'm not going to screw with anything.
Oh no, I just discovered that my iPhone 11 Pro Max case is bent.
It's a Walmart case, isn't it?
It's like
brand case.
like a $20 Walmart case, and I can't afford to spend any money right now for some reasons that I will state at the end of this podcast.
Well, that's why I go Surich. Surich makes great clear cases. Not sponsored, by the way. Better point that out right now.
All right.
Oh, there's the case.
There is a new Fire HD 7 and a new Fire HD 8 alongside a new Google Chromecast with Google TV.
I forgot that those Fire tablets even existed.
I think the Fire tablets are actually super cool, and I want to buy one. I don't know why. I just really like those.
Oh, okay. I just got a text from Mr. Donkeyhead at gmail.com saying that he is a very angry boy. And he literally said it like that.
Mm-hmm.
For junk. Okay. Yeah, the Fire tablets, I mean, they're okay. They're just boring new Fire tablets updates, and of course they have a new update for... Oh, Jewish hacker just texted me and said that please don't beat me. I'm going to beat myself up in my own house. But my point, but getting back on topic, and they of course came out with new updated kids versions.
Oh my god.
Those kids edition versions I can't stand since all they have is software differences. And
Exactly. You could literally flash the original software on there. And is there a price difference? I'm not sure.
Yes, the kids versions are more expensive. And in fact, I managed to just... You can easily disable the kids software on a kid's tablet, which is what I did with the Fire HD 7 that you saw in my very early tech YouTube videos.
Wow.
Oh,
what if you could enable it on a regular one?
I'm sure you can.
You can.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could do it through free time.
Yeah, I'm sure you can just install an APK.
However, the thing with the Kindle Fire tablets is that all they are is for a subscription to Amazon Kids Plus, which is what Free Time renamed themselves to. Oh, I forgot that.
Free Time was a better name. They used that for years. I remember back when I still used my Kindle Fires back in 2013. Free Time was always there, but of course my parents never made me use Free Time for Kindle.
Free Time is so freaking limited that I quickly switched to the original software on my Fire HD 7.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. The original software is much better.
Yeah, because I still use my iPad 3 alongside my Fire HD 7, though I liked using my Fire HD 7 because at the time I liked having a big tablet and a small tablet.
Nice.
Yeah. And my iPad mini 1 had shattered, so...
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I wasn't asking for an iPad Mini that year anyway, so. And
Speaking
also,
of
that was the same year my mom got a big bulk discounts on Amazon gadgets, apparently, because that was also the same year that is also when she bought my dad his Fire phone.
It's a cool phone.
Alright, now, and the Google new Chromecast is very mediocre. I don't think we need to talk about that. What we do need to talk about is Walmart just got caught selling fake external 30 terabyte SSDs.
Seriously?
Yep.
What?
30 terabytes.
Walmart
30 terabytes.
got
Well,
caught
places.
doing that because it was coming from Ally. It was being shipped to Walmart from AliExpress.
Oh.
And we all know how trustworthy AliExpress is.
Just
Yep.
why?
Of the country it's based. I don't know. Walmart luckily did fix that after it started going viral, though. Yep, Walmart got caught doing that. It was only on their online store. And as the guy who made a video about it, Mental Outlaw, he even said that the good old Walmart Arians don't know that 30 terabytes isn't even a capacity on hard drives.
That guy's actually a pretty good channel.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. His channel's amazing.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Alright, let's get back to the news.
Alright, so Windows 11 there was a new Windows 11 update.
Ooh.
Is this a good one or a bad one?
It's
Because this is very important to me. I can't.
It's my guess is that it's it finally brought tabs to File Explorer, though.
Oh my god, yes.
Though otherwise it's essential. Otherwise the best way to describe it is that, like every new Windows version, it's fixed everything except the stability.
Great.
I can't tell you how I feel about my laptop coming. I'm a little excited about the hardware, to be honest, but when it comes to, I know what it's running. Basically, well, I haven't had much experience. I poked around with it, but I don't have much experience with it. It just feels like a tombstone is being shipped to me. I am.
Trying to get inside the little. Penelope just got inside the little house in my cat tree, or was trying to.
Oh.
It's quite a big cat. What are you gonna say, Alpha?
It feels like I'm a little excited for the hardware of the laptop coming because it's different, even though I still know my MacBook has superior hardware and software to it. It's just when it comes to the software aspect, I know it's going to be like a tombstone heading in my direction at the moment.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Yeah. Question: have any of you other guys experienced Windows 11? Because I need to know.
I haven't. Because Windows is so.
To now have the File Explorer, that's something I've been hoping for since the day Windows 11 launched.
Yeah, I like Windows. Yeah, I've never tried Windows 11 because Windows is just so bad.
It's not as bad. It's not.
I don't use it very often though.
It's not as bad as we make it seem, but it is not good by any means. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not great, but it's nowhere near as bad as we make it out to be.
Is it?
I've only ever tested one Apple Silicon Mac.
Really?
So I guess I am behind when it comes to trends, but yeah.
I personally love the Apple Silicon chips.
I know I tested out with an M1 iMac at Best Buy.
Oh wow. Personally, the M2 chip, the only boundaries that I've discovered are not being able to install Windows through Boot Camp.
We have Microsoft to blame for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of, Samsung and Intel are again rumored to collaborate in purchasing ARM. So do you know what that means?
Oh great.
Yep.
There's no way it's going through.
Intel chips are going back into MacBooks, and because it's Samsung, Apple's working with.
There's no way that's going to go
Yeah,
through.
I think.
It failed with NVIDIA. Why would it work with Intel?
Good point. I have no clue.
How did it fail with NVIDIA?
NVIDIA tried to purchase it, and they basically had to give up because of the legal, well, monopolistic things. I'm blanking like an idiot right now. Right now, ARM is open source, and because it's open source, we have Apple messing around with ARM. We've got Qualcomm. We've got various other companies, Samsung messing around with ARM. We've got all these other companies messing around with ARM. It's open source, or it's at least licensable. But if it gets in the hands of one of these companies that typically don't make their stuff licensable or open source in terms of technologies, that's bad for competition.
It is.
Instant monopoly. So because of that,
it won't take long for the U.S. government to step in.
There's no way it's going to go through.
I was about to say that the U.S. government may step in until I realize something. The U.S. government technically can't sue Samsung because Samsung's not in the United States.
You're right. Forgot about that.
Oh, speaking of countries, I also saw this funny scam DM that somebody got on Instagram. It was supposedly from Queen Elizabeth saying,
"Oh, that one!
Charles faked her death and that she needed $300 to send to her on Cash App for tea and biscuits, and that she was on a stranded island that King Charles sent her on to."
What?
I think I replied with, "What good does cash do you on a deserted island?"
And I replied back with,
"Like, what are you going to buy?"
On Twitter that we all saw this.
Oh crap, I'm freezing again.
And also, wouldn't the Queen be asking for money in pounds? And why would she be using Instagram or Cash App? Because she was asking for money in dollars, not pounds.
Oh, good point. Totally not suspicious.
Yeah, totally not suspicious that the former Queen of England would send a message like, ask for it in American currency or Canadian currency or Australian currency. Totally not suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
Not suspicious at all.
Well, I've actually got some interesting news to discuss. Ford is going to completely remove brick and mortar dealerships, at least there.
Why?
Because they want to push online sales because, let's be honest, car dealerships are annoying. You have to constantly bother with
Yes!
what they're going to try to do, and that's irritating for salesmen because...
It's irritating for customers, too!
They might lose their commission, and it's irritating for customers because they just want to buy a car.
Yeah.
And my grandmother doesn't think this is fair because she likes negotiating, but my dad does think this is awesome. In fact, he was the one that told me about it.
I'm not complaining, because we've had to deal with our dealership numerous times to the point where they gave us their word about something, and we ended up stranded 2.5 hours from home because, nope, your vehicle's fine.
Mention that.
We sent our vehicle in because it didn't start, it wasn't starting. We had them tow it because we couldn't actually drive it there. They said they were going to check it out that night. A week goes by and we call them. "Oh, you mean this car? Oh, yeah, we were going to check that out last week. I guess maybe we'll do it tomorrow." What? And then when they checked it out, they miraculously got it to start. It starts. There's no issues. Yep, you can have it back now. And okay, for 3 days, it actually started without a problem. and we decided to take it on my trip down to Wisconsin where my eye appointment was, and we got stuck there.
Oh my god.
I was absolutely livid.
I bet.
Tabbypears, why are you silent?
Just listening.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to add.
And another thing that sucks, this isn't even just the case with repairs. They even suck at selling cars, too. They have absolutely massive markups on all of their cars. It's stupid.
Oh, tow truck alert outside my house. Someone's car just got repoed.
Oh god.
Somebody's car just got what?
Repossessed by the bank or whatever.
Oh my god!
Oh!
This happens this happens multiple times a week. This happens probably every night.
Why does it happen every night?
People don't pay for their crap, and they get their crap taken.
I've never seen that happen before.
That's why I haven't bought a Tesla yet.
Yeah, I'll probably get an Audi whenever I can get a car.
I'll probably get a Tesla.
I'm not sure. I may go. Instead, I wanted a Tesla for a while, but I may end up going for a Honda Civic, one of the sportier models.
I really want one of those Porsche Taycans.
Yes.
Or a Corvette, that's also a valid option for me.
Yeah, I have to ask, Teddy. I thought you were against electric cars.
Me?
No, Teddy.
Me?
Yeah, oh yeah, well, after watching a lot of your videos, I've changed my mind.
Well, it's good to know that someone is at least listening to my information for what it's worth. But
Yeah,
yeah.
And Technology Connections and Aging Wheels took a road trip from Illinois to Florida, and they in an electric car, specifically a Chevy Bolt, and they had no problems. They didn't really have many problems because the range on it was so good.
Yeah. Something I can't wait for, but like a month after I get my Tesla, I'm going to take it on a road trip to California.
I want to go to California so badly. It's been too long that I've been wanting to go. I need to go sometime.
I've never
I've
been there.
to California before. However, I have two kids from my class who are from there.
I have a couple funny stories I could tell off podcast about my last time in California and how just kind of how funny the people there were and offensive the people there were.
Yet again, we've gotten quite far off topic.
Oh yeah, speaking of California is going to outlaw gas car sales by 2035.
Oh my god.
That's a mistake. That's a big mistake.
It really is.
Because what about retro car enthusiasts?
Well, they're not banning the sale of gasoline. And retro car enthusiasts, I mean, this is a law that's outlawing the sale of new cars, new gas cars, to consumers. So for commercial, actually, you can still sell new commercial gas vehicles and diesel. This law is supposed to outlaw the consumer new gas cars.
Oh, that makes sense.
But even still, I think it's a mistake.
I do too.
We should have the choice to choose which technology we want. I may be enthused about electric cars, but by no means am I forcing everyone to get one.
I actually think that electric cars will have enough mass adoption by then that won't matter. But at the same time, this is showing how much California, quote, cares about the environment. Because as we all know, California has paper straws, and they request their people not to. And of course, they're the same state that requests their people not to plant anything.
They're so stupid. It's funny how I want to go to that state, yet the people running it are
And
so stupid.
oh, and don't forget that they have wildfires there. They have every sort of natural disaster, high cost of living you can think of.
Oh, yep.
That's one of the reasons why Hollywood is a dying industry, because California isn't a livable place anymore.
It
Whenever
really is.
whenever I move out, I'm probably going to move to I really have got no idea. Somewhere probably Utah seems really nice to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to move to Utah. I took a trip there last October.
Maybe Tabbypears. Maybe you'll live right next door to Riker from Tech
I would
World.
probably North Carolina seems pretty good.
Oh, then you could
It
live.
is beautiful here.
Then you could live.
Florida has
Then you
very
could
good weather, and I really like rainstorms.
in North Carolina. You could, if you lived there, you could live next to Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Oh, speaking of, there are so many Ethans in my school that if this Ethan were to suddenly start attending my school, he would have to be called Mr. Maniac.
Wow.
Or
There
go
are,
by-
I think, 3 people in my entire school named Ethan.
And you'd have to, or else you could go by like your last name too, which is it okay if I say it?
Go ahead.
Guatemala or Guatemala.
I could technically go by that. I would prefer not to, though.
I will say, though, wherever you guys choose to move, don't come to Michigan.
I will never come to Michigan.
Me neither.
Our roads suck. They are so bad, like they bust our cars. And they refuse to fix them.
There
Oh
are
gee,
some pretty bad roads here.
that's very different from my state. From my state, where it seems like they're always working on roads.
They're always working on them here, but they never seem to be fixed.
Oh
Well,
my
for me, if you
gosh,
just
yes.
drive down like a mile from the road, a mile from my house, there's giant potholes like take up half a lane. And they still haven't fixed them.
Oh my gosh, I
It's like
can't.
there's construction on that road every single day, but the potholes are never fixed.
Yeah, and there's very many
We are
famous
wildly off topic.
specific
Yes.
highways always seem to be under construction though, because I don't want people knowing where I live. I'm not going to mention those roads.
Good. Yes, don't mention them.
My local interstate is always under construction, and it's going to be under construction for the next decade now. They're adding more lanes.
Closest interstate's like 3 hours away.
The interstate that my family usually takes to go just about anywhere has been under construction for 12 years now. Literally 12 years under construction.
That's bad.
Well, it was originally built in the 880s, I think, and then it was a 2-lane highway, but they're expanding it to 4 lanes on both sides, and I don't think it's been 12 years. It may have been 10, but it's been so long that they've been working on it. They actually finished it in 2016, and then had to tear it up for reasons I do not know of, and had to restart.
Oh, and one of the interstates in Chattanooga, I-24 specifically there, it's been under construction for at least 40 years,
Wow.
at least from what I've heard.
That is a long time.
Yep. Alright, so I've actually got something interesting that I want to talk about, which is that on every school Chromebook that I've gotten, a few of the keys have not worked. And that is actually because of a glitch on my account, as even when I try on my personal Chromebook, to log into my school account, the keys still don't work.
What?
Personal account. Yeah, my school account is a glitch where certain keys don't work on my Chromebook. On my
That
school
makes no
Chromebooks.
sense whatsoever.
How did Google manage this?
It's been going on for like 3 years now.
What?
Yeah.
Google, you idiots! How do you screw everything up? It's so simple. It's not that hard. How do you screw everything up? I don't get them anymore.
Tabbypears was doing his Why Windows 10 Sucks video on one of his other channels that has since been unlisted, he actually mentioned not being irritated when app developers were allowed to disable keys on computers in Windows, unlike on Mac OS.
Yeah. I think being able to disable keys is just ridiculous. Ridiculously pointless.
Hey, Windows has a native feature to disable your CPU.
Do they actually allow people to disable their CPUs?
Yes!
Now someone tell me, how does the computer still work if you disable
It doesn't! It doesn't!
That makes no sense whatsoever.
This is something built into Windows!
They actually allow developers to disable CPUs.
Really?
I was asking Alpha that.
No, you can. A user can disable their CPU through Windows if they want to. I don't remember how to do it, but I know it's possible.
I'm wondering what that even does.
It basically bricks your computer.
Sounds fun.
I'm sure. Somebody could easily hack Windows with a giant virus and disable everybody's CPU.
I wonder if it's possible to do from the Windows command prompt. If so, I could write that into a virus.
Don't actually try that. We don't want a major mass attack coming to all Windows users. After all, Windows hardly works for people anyway, so we don't want to break the whole world down as...
Yeah, otherwise that would be an interesting item to add to my Windows 11 rant video that'll probably be coming up.
Oh, and it'd also be an interesting lawsuit against all of us, too.
It really would, yes.
Because, can you imagine...
I have no association with this hack. I am warning you all right now. I have no association with this hack.
I am not associated with this either. Well, as long as we don't actually do it, we should be okay, because... You know...
The stupid things that some companies do.
People. Alright, well... I guess did you know that Twitter now has a communities feature?
What?
Yeah.
I need to check that out sometime.
Yeah, Alpha is in the iPhone fan community that Jordan Riddles created alongside me. Now I invited Tabbypears to join too.
I barely get on that app, probably once every week now.
I'm the same way. I very rarely get on, but I get so many notifications. It's pressuring me to get on.
I actually
have notifications turned off for most of my social ports.
I keep notifications turned off for everything except for YouTube, though. With Twitter, I actually check Twitter the most out of all my social media.
Yeah, I'm constantly on Twitter.
Yep. Alpha's a Twitterarian, and so am I.
Most of the time I'm on YouTube, I'm either just scrolling through random community posts that I come across. I find a meme channel, I just scroll through it if I'm bored, and then, a lot of the other time is spent in YouTube Studio looking at analytics.
Yeah, most of my time has now been spent just rewatching the race to Vegas. I've gotten so into electric car road trips. Lately. It's the race to Vegas on the Out of Spec Motoring channel. It's just the crazy shenanigans.
Is going off again.
All right. Anywho, do we have other things?
Ready to talk about the GTA 6 leaks? I know Tabbypears is interested.
What now?
I saw the tweet from Rockstar Games, them announcing that it had been leaked. And then I saw all the leaks directly after that.
Yep.
It's cool, I guess. Next topic.
Why do I keep
Alright.
drinking when I still have a full bladder?
Alright. Electric plane. Some companies are building electric airplanes to hold between 16 and 19 passengers. However, they do have a limited range.
That is the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah, people use airplanes. First of all, lithium-ion batteries are not safe to have in planes. And number two, people use planes to go long distances.
Exactly.
And number 3, batteries are heavy.
They are.
That makes no sense.
And apparently Apple is working on building an electric plane alongside Samsung.
No, don't do this, Apple. No.
Yeah.
You can't even put out a car.
They've been working on it for the past 4 years now, and as they originally started with attempting to build then President Donald Trump a plane.
Wait, Apple did?
Yeah. If you think Apple is too politically affiliated, that's another reason.
I have got no idea why Apple would do that with their political bias. I'm not, trying to offend anyone, but I'm just literally asking,
Yeah.
Apple's actually doing that when they are, openly against, him?
Yeah. That's...
Well, I guess it's nice to build a president something, though. Oh well. Now it's time for.
Well, they already built the president something. It's called the iPhone.
Oh yeah. Well,
He uses an iPhone.
My point is that. Yeah. Well, my next topic is that I want to talk about my experience living with iOS 6 for a week, which did not make it into a YouTube video.
Oh no, I was looking forward to that video, but it's okay.
It was terrible, to sum up in short.
Okay. Does not sound fun.
Even though I was jailbroken, using an iPhone 5 and iPad 4, it was still so terrible. I had to deal with short battery life on my iPhone 5, the slow charging speeds of the iPad 4, apps not even working properly even when I'm jailbroken.
Quick question. Did you manage to get cellular calls and texts or even data working on the iPhone 5?
I don't even have a cellular plan to test that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I might
Why don't you get one?
Because I don't need one.
How do you verify your account?
I use my mom's phone number.
So I used to do it before I got a number.
Same here.
I mean,
And I
used to just kind of be out of luck. I just kind of had to deal with email.
I personally did the same thing as you. I lived with iOS. I think it was iOS 6. It may have been iOS 7. I can't remember. For like a month straight because I had an iPod Touch 4th generation, and I was literally all my other devices were too damaged to use. So I lived with an iPod Touch 4th generation. So yes, this was actually iOS 6.
When did you do that, Ethan?
This was in, I believe, March or April of 2020.
Wow.
It was a horrible experience.
I can imagine.
It was not fun, yeah.
Alright, yeah. Now let's talk about a topic that we know Tabbypears can't wait. Riker's iPhone XS Max issues.
Oh, great.
Oh, God.
So when he was... Right after he got done filming his review video, he started having all sorts of issues with his XS Max, such as it overheating a lot, the lightning port screwing all up, and he mentioned that his dad bought it when it was a launch model. So
Can you guys still hear me?
From Tech World.
Can you guys hear me?
I thought his name was Keaton.
Can you hear me?
No, his name is Riker.
I heard Ethan. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, so that effectively is...
Okay, FaceTime's bugging out on me.
That Tabbypears is right. Oh.
I think he just rage quit. I think that Alpha just rage quit because of that.
No, okay, he was having. Okay, we gotta get Alpha back, everybody.
Oh no, I was having connection issues just a second ago too.
Look what I have. We must get Alpha back. Alright, did you hear what we said about the iPhone XS Max and how come Riker's issues have since disproved your theory?
No, I didn't get to hear much.
Yep, Riker from Tech World was having a bunch of issues with his iPhone XS Max after he filmed his review, which was that it was overheating a lot and that the charging port got all screwed up, and I think he had maybe one other issue too. But he mentioned that his dad originally bought that phone, which would later get handed down to him at launch, which means that you know what that means, Alpha?
Yeah, slight problem.
At this point,
That's a specific case.
at this point, it's like no. Well, see, the thing is, people who defend that phone aren't going to stop defending it. People who don't like it, at this point, they just write it off as being an old phone that nobody wants. And
yeah, because it's 4 years old at this point.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the day where this phone becomes obsolete and where this phone can never be used again. And then it's whatever. And to everybody in the Phone Bin Central Discord server who started harassing me because of that, if I had an uncensored platform, there would be so much stuff I would have to say. I would go crazy on those people. I hate those people.
Would you go crazy on what if you said anything about Verizon?
I think I hate the Phone Bin Central more than Verizon Fios.
Oh, geez, that's bad. Speaking of, Alpha has been having issues with his third internet provider.
And it's the last one. We've tried every other, and even the fiber at the university has gone to crap.
Really?
Just unfortunate.
So, for context, I live in a fairly remote area, but yeah, there's a college not too far from me, actually. And the way I upload my videos is I don't do it here at home. If I try to do that, it'll take like 8 hours to do it. When it's uploading, it shuts the internet off on every other device in the house because there's just no bandwidth. So I have to do it at work, where I have that university fiber connection.
Wow. That is really unfortunate.
Nobody cares about us up here. We have the highest electric rates. Our roads suck. Our internet sucks. Our cellular sucks. Everything about where I live sucks.
Except for the pretty views you got. Like the mountains and stuff.
No.
And the lakes.
Okay, I do have Lake Superior, but, well, there's not really much mountains. It's more hills, to be honest.
Those are cool, but...
And you have that intersection that we all know you love.
Yeah, there's so many reasons why not to come up here.
I will never come up to Michigan to live
Neither
there.
Hmm?
What did you say, Ethan?
Neither will I.
Yeah. Especially in the winter. Do not come here in the winter.
And of course, I'll ask you if you want any extra snow, like you asked me for if I want any extra snow last December.
I don't need any. I get so much that the roads basically don't exist.
Have temperatures started dropping where you live yet?
Actually, yeah, they have. We've had it's 48 degrees.
Holy smokes, it's 64 degrees where I am right now.
It's 65 here in North Carolina.
The high today was 53 degrees.
Oh, by the way.
Wow.
That's
The high for
cold.
today was actually 81. It's still quite warm.
Welcome to
The high
UP,
for today
Michigan.
is 79. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, a lot of the kids in my school wear hoodies even, which
That's crazy.
doesn't make sense. Yeah, they wear Crocs, which I can few of them wear Crocs, which I can understand though.
All of the
Not
college kids
hoodies.
that come up here are idiots. I see them in shorts and sandals all the time, even when there's like a foot of snow on the ground. They're stupid.
Oh my gosh! I wish I could. I wish I could tolerate it that cold. I can only tolerate it without.
I wore Crocs in a very big snowstorm back in 2016. I literally wore Minion Crocs and shorts with no socks.
Why? Just why?
Because I didn't like the feel of shoes back then. I mean, of course, since then I've dealt with it, but
Yeah. Did you deal with it in 0-degree weather?
well, I mean, I just kind of got screwed there, and I had to deal with wearing Minion Crocs in the winter.
Minion Crocs.
Yeah.
Literally what they were. I've got photos from 2015 of me wearing those stupid Minion Crocs.
Do you guys remember? Yeah. Do you remember back when Minions were all the rage?
They still kind of are.
I do.
Yeah.
But they weren't as big as they were back in 2015 and 2016.
Yeah. The Minions are hilarious, though.
They are.
They're cool.
Gotta be honest, they are.
Yeah, they're amazing. Oh, yeah, as the highest temperature I can tolerate without wearing any jacket of any kind, of course, is under sunny and not windy conditions, is 57 degrees. That's how low I can go.
Very exact number.
Yeah. Otherwise, unless I'm exercising, I really can't go lower. Even when I'm exercising, I still prefer to wear a hoodie if it's colder, or a
Same here.
or a big puffy coat, which is usually what I wear in the winter.
Yeah, I had to go double jacket today, actually.
Oh,
For me,
geez.
I'm always cold.
All right.
Even in like high 70 degrees weather, I'm still in a sweatshirt. So that's actually more of a me problem.
I was sporting a sweatshirt with shorts earlier today, which really, really messed up my body temperature.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I'm so weird. I wear a sweatshirt in 70-degree weather. They all call me crazy. They're like, "How are you not hot?" And then when winter comes around, I'm in 3 coats.
Like, how are you not boiling? It's literally 80 degrees.
I mean, it helps that I'm wearing a white sweatshirt, which reflects the light and the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, it is really hard to find these.
Oh, I know.
It's stupid difficult.
It is.
All right. Do you guys want to talk about the last piece of news for today's episode?
Sure.
Alright.
Let's get it over with.
All right. So this is about. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro because I'm having so many issues with this phone right here.
Oh no.
So for starters, it now has started refusing to charge wired, which I'm suspecting is a cable issue
Most likely.
because the cable is damaged. Though some more issues is that AirDrop won't work on it. Oh, the battery life is now very short on it.
What happened to that?
I don't know.
And this is a Pro Max?
Yep. A
Wow.
Pro Max is experiencing battery degradation, and if I go into battery health right here, by the way, Snazzy Labs said to go naked even though on my phone, even though I won't. It's still at 88% battery health.
88%. What am I at on my Tennis Max?
I have a way. So, Teddy, I have a way to actually get more in-depth readings of the battery health. If you want me to show you how, I can.
Maybe I'll.
What's going on out there?
It's on device. And I can,
Jeez.
I can show you at any time.
Oh yeah, that'll totally help me out, and because my iPhone 5 on iOS 6, when I plugged it into my computer, only had 200 something cycles on it, and it had 88% battery health. Yet it's got the battery life of an iPhone with 60% battery health.
Probably just because of how old it is.
Oh yeah, but the 11 Pro Max, I know it's getting old, which is part of the reason why I'm upgrading, though. It's not that old.
Yeah, you wanna?
It is 3 years old.
Yeah,
you gotta.
I just took a look at my battery health. I must really have a good battery. I don't know if it's showing.
What is that, 90?
90%.
Yeah, so that's
It's like my Apple Watch Series 5. Which, hang on.
Because the 10s Max and above, I believe, came with an overcapacity battery, where those came with 104%. So your actual capacity relative to when it was new is estimated to be 86 because it comes with 104%, but the battery health reading only goes up to 100. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, that's not just with the 10s either. That's with all new iPhones. I hate how they do it.
Oh, and speaking of, I just checked the battery health on my Apple Watch, and it recently dropped to 88% from 90.
I'm gonna check the one on my Apple Watch real quick.
Sounds pretty typical for its battery life.
Okay, mine's still at 94.
Oops, that's general. Battery.
On the new Watch OS 2.
Yep, but either way, my iPhone 11 Pro Max is showing so much battery degradation that I effectively can't spend any of my own money on anything until December, when I'll get the phone. And of course, I don't even know if my iPhone 11 Pro Max is going to make it until then because of how many issues it's been having.
You're going to have to go back to the 8 Plus?
I don't know.
Worst case scenario?
Yeah, because my...
I have a question.
Yeah?
The graphite, or what, is it green or space gray, your other 11 Pro Max?
Green. The disgusting color.
What's the battery health?
Holy. I doubt that phone has juice, so I can go check.
You could probably get better battery out of that, since you said that both the charge ports are broken anyway.
Well, again, I'm sure if my other 11 Pro Max is the cable, so I'm not going to test that yet. So I'm not just going to assume the charging port is broken yet. And besides, I don't charge my phones in the bathroom exposed to steam, unlike my dad, who does.
You've only had the 11 Pro Max for about
Uh-oh. Whoa, what happened?
Oh, gee.
So everybody, after that moment, our call stopped, and so we were able to finish up our conversation, though we weren't able to record it for reasons that I don't specifically remember why. Though I remember I had to answer with my phone for some reason, so my MacBook wasn't able to. So yeah, and of course now I'll do an impromptu intro, outro. Where thank you all for tuning in to another episode of the iTunes Filmbo Podcast. I hope you enjoyed listening to or watching it, depending on what you're doing. And as always, stay tuned for next week when oh geez, I forgot to say what I was saying. Oh, stay tuned for next week when Emmett from Tech of Emmett will be coming on to this podcast. And as always, I am Teddy Maggart from the iTunes Fanboy, and they are Alpha DeWolf from the Random Alpha, Milos from Tabbypears or Tabbycat 406, and Ethan from Guatemala from Maniac YT. As always, peace out, and we hope you really enjoyed this episode.